Horrible news, guys. Two pieces of horrible news. The first piece of horrible news, somehow, I know it's hard to believe, I did not win the lottery last night. I thought it was a sure thing. Checked this morning, I did not win the lottery. Not even a free ticket or anything. This thing's a scam, dude. I thought for sure. Literally, it said guaranteed 1 million, man. It said guaranteed 1 million. I didn't win anything. You'll get him next time, brother. There's a Lotto Max draw tonight. I'm all in. But then, secondly, Hot Shots Golf doesn't come out till like 2. So I think we'll have to play that tomorrow. But that's all right. We got stuff to play today. Dude, the video Dan showed where they shot the the hornet's nest with the PVC pipe with the firework put in it at point blank range got me laughing for like, I don't know, at least 8 or 9 minutes straight. I couldn't believe he only played it once. 1 second here. Warning, there is some adult language. Today's episode contains some unbleeped curse words. If you want the bleeped version, go to our website, thisamericanlife.org.
All right. Straight shot. All right.
So, this is so good, man. The PVC pipe, like, resting on the ladder a foot away from the hornet's nest.
Straight shot. All right. I'm fucking going for it this time.
Oh,
straight shot.
Straight shot, man.
Straight shot. Going with this bitch. I'm gonna try to record it.
Oh.
I'm probably gonna run.
It's a top 10 video of all time, man.
What do you think? We gonna get it? Oh shit. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Oh,
God. That thing's... I gotta get in.
Oh,
That thing is fucking gone.
it's so FUBAR coded, man. It is. Me, as soon as he said, "I'm gonna use this bitch" or whatever he said, I was like, "This guy's 100% from Alberta," which is it owns in this unique situation. The way it sticks in the nest with the sparks still shooting out of the firework is so cinematic, man. It's crazy. One more time.
Straight shot. All right. I'm fucking going for it.
That's the Canadian tell right there. I'm fucking going for it. I'm fucking going for it. Are you silly? I'm just gonna fucking send it. I've lost. I used to have it when I was like a kid and I grew up in the country. I'm fucking going for it.
Straight shot. All right. I'm fucking going for it this time. Straight shot. Straight shot. Going with this bitch.
Oh,
I'm gonna try to record it. But I'm probably gonna run.
it's so good. Just one more time, man. Just one more time.
What do you think? We gonna get it? Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
Go. Oh,
This is one of the greatest shots in 2020 cinema. I don't care, like, what kind of shit you're watching. The puff of smoke, the sparks shooting out of the hornet's nest. It's so good, man. Though, you know, the hornets are like, what the fuck was that, man?
yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. That thing's... I gotta get in. That thing is fucking gone!
That's from Grin Humor. r/fuck wasps has all these videos. Does it have the one? Of course it has the one where the dude eats the hornet's nest. Isn't that like the girl with the dragon tattoo or whatever? Didn't she eat the hornet's nest?
Is that who you really wanted? You sure about that? Dun, 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 dun,
Fuck you, James Constantine. I would upvote this post had I got to see the damage to his place. The fuck are you talking about? I would. It's not worth an upvote because he didn't show the aftermath. It's the most beautiful videos ever been released, man. Aftermath's in the Discord. I don't want the aftermath, man. I don't want the and then what store did he buy the firework from? Here's the 10-episode Netflix series of how he picked the PVC pipe. It's 1 minute and 15 seconds of perfect cinema. Straight shot. Straight shot. I'm gonna fucking go for it. I don't need anything else, man. I don't need part 2.
Gonzo. Would you look at that? Couple bees. But not even a shred. Not even a shred of nest left. I can't even believe it. That was the shot of a lifetime. That worked like a dream.
It's the best thing ever. Any other content associated with it could only make it worse by definition. Straight shot, it's the dulls. This is 100%. You ever hear of a little movie called Star Wars A New Hope? Two sons! There's only 2 sons on Tatooine. It's Dune 1. That's Dune Part 1. That's Dune Part... It's 2 Dunes! There's only 2 Dunes! You know what I'm talking about? From 1958 to 2005, The DeVille was made by Cadillac. That was made by Cruella. This is Amy Schumer and Ben Affleck. And you're, again, instantaneous. Didn't even have to... Within the space of 1 breath and 0 blinks, we got this one right. And you're going to tell me that I don't know faces. You're going to tell me that... H.C. Justin doesn't look a little bit like Marcel Dion in the 1970s. I mean, to me, that's crazy. Chuck Schumer. Known as the lead singer of Hootie and the Blowfish. That's Darius Rucker, man. He had a hit with the 2013 cover of the song Wagon Wheel. Dude, pass the ox. Okay, but you better not put on the Darius Rucker cover of... Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros. No, sorry. Wrong. Stop clap. The Old Crow Medicine Show song Wagon Wheel. It's insane to me that... no, let's not start it with those high expectations. It's crazy to me that I met 2 people from Kentucky in fall 2010. They came to replace some English teachers that were at my school whose contracts ran out. So I hung out with them for like 3 months. They introduced me to Wagon Wheel and they introduced me to Taylor Swift. And I was like, these people don't know what's up. These people, their vision of what the future is going to look like is so far off of what the future is going to look like. And then it turned out that they actually should have played the lottery instead of me, because they 100% had their finger on the pulse of what the median individual was going to be into from 2010 until at least 2018, maybe. You're obsessed with the lottery? How is this bitch not on the TV every night? It should be on every channel. They're giving away $50 million. Why is this not on TV every night, man? They're giving away $50 million. Fuck Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, bro. Who cares about $1 million? I snooze. They're giving the Powerball's 1.7 billion. It should be 24-hour coverage of the Powerball, man. You should be able to bet on other people playing the lottery. Okay, that's fucking sweet. We need USDC-backed stablecoin derivatives on whether or not I'm going to win the lottery. I want a 10x levered short on the Northernlion Lottery Fund right now. That's how 2008 happened. I'm sick of this revisionist history. 2008 literally happened because Michael Scott couldn't keep his mouth shut. They had a good thing going. If they just fucking kept their shit under control and didn't let the pot boil over, everything would have been fine. But instead, it's a house of cards. It's a house of cards. Man, you ruined a lot of people's lives, just so you know. Just so you know, you ruined a lot of people's lives. I don't know, man. I mean, they both kind of got worldwide appeal. This one's tough because it's more about like what kind of person I want to be seen as with my guess. I feel if I guess Andrew Tate, I'm becoming that, like I'm signaling that I'm blue sky. Everything is so fucked up. Oh, the news is so bad, and yet I can't even watch the Office spin-off about the newspaper company because everyone will make fun of me for watching garbage because the world is so bad, even though I just need some good vibes after a long day. But if I guess Canada, people are going to be like, what the hell are you talking about, man? It's a country with like less than 40 million people that nobody's like looking up online. So I think I guess I'll just guess which one I think has more monthly searches, which I think is probably you. And I kind of want to search him because to be honest, I don't know much about him, but I do want to know where he got that sweater. I think that sweater, maybe it's just because you don't see that many people that are bald. I was like, that sweater might look good on me. Does anyone know how to steal that look? I have a black shirt, but the sweater might be. The sweater didn't do anything wrong, bro. The dude the company that made the sweater is not like they have to disavow the dude wearing the sweater. It's not like the sweater is evil. It's got to be PTSD. Nobody's searching for PTSD. Come on. It's my friend's younger brother, man. It's got to be Doja Cat. She's got Say So. Can't blame him. You ain't never seen Versace sofas. This one's tough for me. I think Doja Cat is more popular, but Sam Smith is also really popular. That's all I'm going to say. That's really close. I'm not going to feel bad about that one. Those are within like 2%. Which has a higher rating? I mean, this is tough, man. The Deer Hunter's like insanely good. But an Alfred Hitchcock movie starring Laurence Olivier? I still got to go the Deer Hunter, though. Oh. Well, okay, they're trolling. We had this, man. Click is higher. Click is lower. I got bodied today. It's crazy that I feel like I'm always talking about how much I like The Last Jedi and how I think it's like probably the second or third best Star Wars movie. Empire Strikes Back is number one. That's a given. But for all the ink spilled over it, I think it's about a 6.9. I'm not even going to argue with the IMDb score, man. What's second? Well, it's either... You already know my Star Wars opinions. I'm not going to go over them laboriously. 4 and 5 are good. 5 is better. 6 is bad. 1 and 2 are horrible. 1 is still worse. 3 is good, but not as good as The Last Jedi. So I think if I had to say, I would go, if I'm being honest, I would go 5, 4, 8, 3, 6, 2, 1. No, I forgot to put Force Awakens in there, but I don't really care about that, and I never saw number 9. 8 is easily the worst one. No disrespect, but you might be fucking ass at watching movies if you think that The Last Jedi is worse than The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. I don't really care where your personal rankings shake out, but thinking that any Star Wars movie is worse than Episode 1 and 2 is crazy. Like, I think you're trying too hard. 1 and 2, if you haven't seen them since you were like a little kid, 1 and 2 are god awful, man. Jar Jar Binks gets his tongue stuck in the pod racer. 9 is worse. 9 is so bad I'll never see it because they pick a side. J.J. Abrams, pick a side. 1 had Duel of the Fates. I'm so sick of like, people are like, yeah, the movie, the whole thing was ass, but there's one song in it that's good, and they pod race for 7 minutes. The whole Two Fates is a really good riff on that, but the rest of the movie is pure shit. And what's crazy is that people are like, it still mogs Episode 2. And it doesn't. I think it's the Star Wars version of the fantasy football trade that I got offered. Like, Episode 1 is like a 2 out of 10 with 2 good scenes. And then Episode 2 is like a 3 out of 10. So it's like my week 8 is fucked. This shores up my week 8 at the expense of everything else. I'll watch Episode 2. I'll watch Episode 2. It's a 3 out of 10. A 3 beats a 2. I'm sorry. 2 has no redeeming qualities whatsoever. Not if you were 13 when it came out and you had a crush on Natalie Portman. The arguments on the playground about who was hotter, Natalie Portman in Attack of the Clones or Kirsten Dunst in Spider-Man 1 went crazy. There was some blood spilled over that argument. I don't need to tell you what side I'm on because it's irrelevant. That was like 20 years ago or whatever, but it looks like a grandpa falling over. You know what? I didn't see it at first. I was like, what are you talking about? It just kind of looks like a blob. I can see it. So this is like, these are grandpa's tiny legs. This one in particular, because you can see it has a very clear like shoe pattern. And then this is like the grandpa's face. And like he's at a 90-degree bend, kind of like orthogonal to the camera. And he's going, whoa, 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 like he's about to fall over. Yeah, I can see that. And a 2-word title with Ralph Fiennes. I mean, you always got Schindler's List. You got The Menu. You got The Constant Gardener if you ignore the. I should have put Constant Gardener here, man. That would have been way better. Let's try The Menu. It's really popular. Oh, quiz show! You're so real. Quiz show. Oh, the menu. The menu. The hell is this, man? Thank God cursive's dead. Sorry, I still use it to write in my journal now and then. Performative? Sometimes it just feels good as fuck to write like a cursive S. I have one anecdote about cursive writing that's very funny to me. For anybody who didn't have to learn cursive writing in school, a lot of second grade was just like, hey, today we're learning like the letter G. And then you would get a piece of lined paper and you would write like 7 lines of just cursive G's. And then you would get like halfway through the page and then you would write 7 lines of like capital G's. And there's other tech, like some letters you got to do like a special little transition stroke in order to get it to link up to the next letter. But anyway, we were learning cursive T, which is one of the easiest letters of all. And I remember in second grade, our teacher made an example out of one of the students because all she did was 7 lines of just this. So you're just making like you're going down and up into the loop for the T, down and up into the loop for the T, no spaces between them or anything like that. Then she took a ruler and just went whoop, and did a line all the way across every single one of them. And our teacher was pissed, man. Our teacher was pissed off. But even back then, I was like, that's pretty smart, man. Chazuke versus, this... I know I keep saying it and people keep agreeing, but I keep acting like I'm being persecuted for it. There's amazing Japanese foods. But people have taken the heuristic that lots of amazing foods are Japanese, and they've inverted it. A food must be amazing if it's from Japan. I've been there. It's just some of it clears and some of it's not all that. This to me looks like it's not all that, and this looks beautiful. That, like, why if they had any other flag associated with that picture, does it get 82% or whatever it had? I don't think so. I think if they change the flag from Japan to China, I bet that gets like a 52% in this game. You dishonest so-and-sos. You have the data, food guesser. What if you just A/B tested with like a fake country in it and then showed me the difference? And then we could figure out which countries are coasting on reputation. Mexico's going to win though. Jasmine rice water, flower scented water, ice. It's from Thailand. Lemongrass is from Thailand, bro. What is it? It's rice soaked in water. I might be a hater, man, but I'm gonna pass on this. See, this is the kind of shit that pisses me off, man. This has, like, just don't try to cut off my head just yet. This has an 84%. Sausage gravy got a 73. And this is white rice soaked in ice water. Like, I'm not crazy, right? This is healthier. You don't have abs. You don't have abs. You can't talk like that without abs. It's like when someone tells you, like, hey, you seen what's going on with the market lately? Then they show you their portfolio and they got like $700 invested in the market, man. It's like, why? You should be caring about other stuff, man. Why are you pretending to be Gordon Gekko? Like, you're not there yet. You might be there one day, but you're not there yet. I'm on a level with you. This one I don't think it looks very good either. I'll yuck all of them. I don't give a shit. I'll yuck them all. And you know why I'm going to yuck them all is because you guys yucked sausage gravy. So you don't have to tell the truth in this game. You could just, deep fried stuff is bad for you. I wouldn't eat that. Deep fried stuff is bad for you. Or I'll hit you with something that you guys always say. I'm allergic. Oh, you would eat that? Well, I'm allergic to dairy. I'm allergic to dairy. Oh, you're a bad person for eating that thing that I can't eat because I'm allergic to it. Show me your abs? I would. It's TOS. If it wasn't TOS, I'd be going snatched on stream every single day. I would have to get laser hair removal first, though, and start working out. The state herb of Maine is what oh so appropriate mint. Spearmint. Peppermint. What chewing gum mint name apply? Oh, winter mint. Is that a real thing? Wintergreen? Wintergreen. Dude, being like 11 in 1999 is so funny. I bought official PlayStation. Well, I had a subscription to official PlayStation magazine. And they would come with a demo disc every month, which was actually sick. Full motion video was still such a novelty. And I know you're going to say some shit like, well, the Sega CD came out in 1995. Nobody bought that shit. It was a colossal disaster, okay? Nobody bought it. Either way, there were commercials on the demo disc, and I would run the fucking CD down to the electrons watching the commercials just to be like, oh, fuck, I have a video coming out of my TV. Like, I know that you can do that with like a TV channel or whatever, but like to press a button on a controller and then see people chewing gum, which was what the commercial was for, and I believe it was for wintergreen. Wintergreen, I'm going to say extra gum. The Thomas Berryman number became the first of a great many books published by what downstate New Yorker? Penguin Random House. How would I know? Along Came a Spider was the first book, and Return of the Spider, the latest, in a series by what prolific hack? James Patterson? I don't know if it is James Patterson. Literally, I was just In my head, I was going through the Rolodex of authors whose books I see at the checkout line at the grocery store. That's crazy. You can't shake a stick in a Save On Foods checkout lane without seeing James Patterson books. For all its symbolic importance, what hill was actually outside of Jerusalem's original city walls to the south? Is it Mount Sinai? What alphabetically challenged Utah Park? Checking out the 3 patriarchs. You can visit a Tunnelly Monument Valley. That doesn't seem alphabetically challenged. A Tunnelly Canyon called the Subway. In what alphabetically challenged Utah Park? Joshua Tree. That might be in California. Fans of Bob Marley or The Matrix? It's the Nebuchadnezzar. The name of what? It's Zion. I was going to type Nebuchadnezzar, man. Bob Marley trying to rhyme a word with it. And be like, the Nebuchadnezzar. I'm gonna love you forever. He's always singing stuff like, I fucking hate Bob Marley's music. I apologize. I recognize it. Even the snobbiest critics admit that he's a classic musician, but it's just, I just can't put myself in the mindset of people that heard something like, I wanna love you every day and every night. And they were like, holy shit. It's great though. It goes pretty hard when you have like one dude who's your roommate in college who is an engineer who will go on to work for the national defense industry, but for like 6 months thinks he's a hippie and smokes a lot of pot and just plays not even a Bob Marley album, but just the best of Bob Marley over and over, like not getting into any of the deep cuts. I think it's fucked up that the musicians went down with the ship on the Titanic. I also think the captain should not go down with the ship. I don't know if this is real, but this shit doesn't make sense to me. Why the fuck should the captain die just because the ship breaks? Like, I think, should the captain be the last person off? Probably. That seems symbolic. They should be the last. They should make sure everybody's off the ship before they get off. But I don't think there's somebody in Germany fucked up like welding this shit together and now I've got to die. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. But the musicians, like, it's kind of crazy. They were probably cooked anyway. And I get that they were doing something like symbolic. You know, there was probably somebody on the Titanic who was like, can you fucking knock off the music, buddy? We're trying to coordinate a rescue here and an evacuation. Can you stop with the dun, da, da, dun, da, da, dun, da, 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 da. I'm like shouting as loud as I can, like, we got more space in the lifeboat over here. And now everyone's like, he's a fucking hero. They were heroes, man, to keep playing the music. No shot, bro. Internet's taking a long time to load today, man. How was the Peloton today? I forgot to write it in my journal. While this website loads, can somebody tell me how my Peloton ride was today? I think it was average cadence 100, which is really high. The total output, I want to say the average watts was like 195. So I'm going to say that puts me at like a 10, maybe like a 1040, 1040 kilojoules. 1058. Wow. Okay, 1 second here. 1058. Let me write that one down. 1058. Perceived exertion was actually a little high on that one. Might want to go a little easier tomorrow. And then we're going to grab the log here, and we're going to put a check mark. Going to get our red highlighter for high perceived exertion, and we're going to fill in that day on the calendar. Kind of slow website. That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. Okay, kind of hard golf. Maybe the dev is playing Silksong today. The website does not work. But angle also does not work. So actually, I'm inclined to say the problem is maybe like on my end, man. Maybe if I close Firefox and reopen it. Catfishing is loading, but like loading insanely slowly in Chrome. I don't know what's going on, man. Chrome moment. Magressa, I started in Firefox, man. I started in Firefox. Firefox wasn't working. At least catfishing loaded the website. Google sucks. Try Firefox. I started in Firefox, bro. This is the state of tech support online is crazy. Justin, there used to be a guy with a fucked up gray goatee, and you'd be like, my computer is broken, and he would cast a spell on it. He would load up like the fucking command line and fix your computer with spells. And now it's just, have you tried using Brave? Look at the fucking class of 2025, man. It's insane. Yeah, it used to be a bald guy with a ponytail that would just fix your shit with like magic. Now it's like, well, have you applied the most recent Windows update? Animated characters from 2010 who are in Despicable Me. Okay, we're on the board, y'all, with Minions. Fuck the Ninja Turtles, Michelangelo shit. We got Minions. 1832 establishments in Lower Canada. Port settlements in Quebec. Quebec populated places on the St. Lawrence River. I say Montreal. Easy enough. Jean de Brébeuf type shit. 16th century. Okay, there is a... Jean de Brébeuf was a Roman Catholic missionary in like the 17th century in Canada. Spoilers. The natives were not thrilled with the kind of work that he was doing. And they punished him. They compromised him to a permanent end. Let's put it that way. And there's a legend that they poured boiling water on his head and he didn't even like scream or groan or anything. I just don't buy it. There's no shot he didn't go like, ouch! Like, what do you? I would at least be hopping up and down on one foot or something like that. I would like to think that I wouldn't be like screaming, but I think it's like involuntary, man. It's kind of fucked up to be burned by water, too. Ironic ass way to die. Definitely don't want to be boiled to death. That's not good. That's got to be one of the worst ways to go. He went, ooh, that's not, I mean, I don't know really. I'm not going to sign off on everything Jean de Brébeuf did in his life, but not many people deserve to be boiled to death. I don't feel comfortable joking about it, even suggesting that he made the Lego Star Wars Yoda death sound. Doubt, hand gestures, punctuation, rhetoric. Talk to the hand. That's a really tough catfishing one, man. That's a really tough one. You got Minions in Montreal. You don't need to spell it out like that. Like, that's... When you put it that way, it sounds really bad. Dude, the internet's not loading. The internet's not loading. Way to go, Team Cherry. You broke the world. Use DuckDuckGo? Fuck you. No, I'm not going to use DuckDuckGo. I'm going to wait 30 minutes. What's a Bandle? Let's see if Bandle loads today. It loaded in 1 second. Man, fuck DuckDuckGo. Nah, it's probably good to not give any more data to Google, but like, suggesting that I do that is crazy. Rules for me or whatever. Can you hear this? Put your left earbud in if you can't hear this. That's Hit the Road Jack. I've seen commercials before. Easy enough, man. That's pretty good. Start the Trip Jack is really funny. If you imagine like Joe Biden saying it in college in like 1950. Well, now that I think about it, is Joe Biden, was he too old to do LSD when it came out? Joe Biden is 84, which means he was born in 1941. No, he was around the right age. Although, to be honest, when you're like 25 or something like that in 1963, like you had like 4 kids. So I guess that's like a little past the point. Back then, anyway. He became a senator at 31. Yeah, I've been saying that. I've been saying Joe Biden, comma, Wunderkind. Wunderkid Joe Biden. Precocious little Joseph Biden from Delaware. Man who might be the president one day. All right, we're back with a difficult game about climbing. Someone said, NL, what's your essential fall movie? I don't watch movies. I read books, by the way. And I've been waiting for September 21st to come around because I'm like 50 pages from the end of The Fall by Camus. But I feel like I can't finish the book in summer. It just doesn't feel like the vibe is right. I like a book with one character. Makes it easy. It's like Moby Dick, man. It's like that's the captain. But then, you know what? It's a bad example. Because like right at the start of the book, he's like, call me Ishmael. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'm going to call you Moby. It's on the front. Tennis? No, Jannik Sinner's the devil. I'm going to parlay my lottery jackpot into shorting the guy who's playing Jannik Sinner in the semifinals. I'm sorry, buddy. I know that I would love to see you win, man. Because you're Canadian and you're on the ups. I just don't see it happening, man. I just don't see it happening. I feel like Jannik Sinner is going to emotionlessly take him out. Probably like, I'm going to say it goes 6-4, 6-2, 6-2. And Jannik Sinner is like not even going to break a sweat. Like he might not even put on workout shoes, man. He's going to be wearing jeans. Yo, me if I was lying. When you're hooping and an unk shows up at the court in jeans, nah, man. Time for me to go home. I don't want to get ego checked. It would go so hard if Alcaraz, because he's already got the cut. Imagine if he showed up to the US Open Finals wearing jean shorts. That went like past the knee. God, that would be sick. Justin, what do you think is the funniest color of underwear that a man can be caught wearing? Like not wear, but be caught wearing. Like his pants fall down or something like that. There's something about it. I think this is going to be bad. Okay, actually, you're right. I was going to say maroon. Something about like maroon underwear on a guy is very funny to me. But you're absolutely right. Like beige underwear would be really funny. Like a dude's pants falling down and he's got on like beige underwear. He's wearing Skims, exactly. He's wearing Skims. Why is it every time I turn on your stream, you're still bald? Hey, quick question for you. Are you from Poland? And I know it sounds like that, like shots fired out of nowhere. But like, I found just from going through the unban requests, broadly speaking, people from Poland are like uniquely obsessed with my baldness. It's not to say that if you're obsessed with my baldness, you're like 50% likely to be Polish. But you're not like, if Polish people are like 1.5% of the world's population, they're like 10x overrepresented in the comments about baldness. And I don't know why. I'm not Polish, but thanks for reading my message. No, I read the message. No, I lost. Dude, I mean, like, I'm reading passively all the time. I can't stop reading. If you type something, I can't not read it. By the time my eyes have made contact with the words, that shit's already being said out loud in my head. This isn't like, you know, a journalist career in 1971 where you get, you know, you pay by the word or something like that. This is like a journalist career in 2025. It's like, it's basically free. Look, I can't stop reading it. Any other fashion advice? I'm going to Nordstrom Rack today. Heavy plaid shirt. This is fucked up, but yesterday my daughter went to her room and put on a plaid shirt, and she was like, I'm a little cold, which is insane because it was like 30 degrees Celsius, but she's, you know, she's off the pen sometimes. And I looked at my 4-year-old daughter and I said, damn, I gotta get a heavy plaid shirt for the fall. I was stealing my daughter's fit, man. But I don't know, she had that shit on. She's iced out. She's got tons of jewelry, man. Little plastic rings with like cobs of corn on them and stuff like that. Justin, if you're on the fence, don't play Silksong. This is my 2 cents, okay? If you are playing Silksong, and you want to, I don't hate you. You've waited a long time for Silksong. You should play it. And if you're a streamer, you should stream it, because you're going to stream what you're playing. If you are just like, maybe I'll check it out, The finger I want to put on the scale is don't. I feel like it's not a good streaming game. What happens, I was talking about this with Dan, and I'm just one guy. I'm not saying I'm an authoritative source on this. Everybody clears their schedule. Big new game comes out. They all stream the same thing. They eat each other's viewership because they're all streaming exactly the same thing. Your ass on day one was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna 100% it. I'm definitely gonna do all the DLC. I'm definitely gonna do all the optional challenges and stuff like that. And now, stream 2 of Silksong, you're at 60% of your average viewership, and you're like, fuck, I'm really gonna be playing this thing until November? That's rough, man. That's rough. I've done it myself. I've been there. Now, I'm not ignoring Silksong for analytics reasons. I'm ignoring it just because, like, it's not really my vibe. That's why I'm saying if you're a big Hollow Knight head, you should play it. If you're on the fence, I'm putting my finger on the side of no. Why are you being reasonable? Just comes naturally to a fellow like me. Favorite actor that's mostly in trash? There's a lot. Nick Cage? I don't know. I mean, he is. It's kind of like it's too played out to be like a real answer. The like Nick Cage is the best part of bad movies rhetoric is already, it's so played out though. Daniel Day-Lewis, that's the one. I'm always like, damn, this guy's such a good actor. Why is he doing such bad movies, man? Bro, your wife is poisoning you. Stop drinking the tea. What are you talking about, Saoirse Ronan, bro? The worst movie Saoirse Ronan has been in is My Old Ass. And she's literally just like in a collage. She is a 3D person, doesn't even appear in the movie. Every other movie that Saoirse Ronan has done is awesome. Lady Bird was a scam. It's literally one of the best movies of the 21st century. Bryan Cranston's a good one. He is in a lot of not awesome movies. On the other hand, he's also in Little Miss Sunshine. Lady Bird's only good if you're 17. Wrong. I saw it when I was like 35 and I loved it because I'm an empath. I didn't know there were people out there who like pretend to like movies but don't like Lady Bird, man. That's crazy. Not to mention, when you insult Lady Bird, you're not just insulting me. You're not just insulting Greta Gerwig. You're not just insulting Saoirse Ronan. You're not just insulting Timothée Chalamet. You're insulting my fucking goat, Laurie Metcalf, you fucker. Who? Shut the fuck up, man. Shut up. It's an art house version of a CW show. So, like, is anyone going to criticize the movie, or are they just going to argue by analogy and be like, Lady Bird is basically like if you took Superbad and removed all the jokes. Can you tell me a single thing about the film instead of just saying it's actually Lady Bird is a lot like something that would be bad if it existed. The state of film criticism on this website, man, it's insane. It's boring? It's not boring. I cried like 30 times. You cried to A Muppet Christmas Carol too? Yeah, Tiny Tim fucking died, bitch. And Miss Piggy is crying, and Kermit says, it's okay, children. Life is a series of meetings and partings. The fucking stoic-ass Sigma Kermit the Frog trying to pretend he's not sad that his fucking son died. I want to cry just talking about it, man. It's actually, like, it's not even my family's Christmas movie, it's my Christmas movie. I watch that shit, like, alone, by myself every Christmas. And bawl my fucking eyes out. Bawled your eyes out? Hey, buddy. How's Warsaw? What time is it in Warsaw right now? It's got to be like 9 p.m., bro. Is there a time of day you won't make fun of someone for posting at? No, not really. Not really. You kind of caught me with that one. It's kind of, well, that's just because, like, you might think it's dishonest, but actually I think it's very honest. It's kind of embarrassing to post anything on the internet at any time. Like, I know people say, like, here's that attention you ordered, and it's supposed to be like an insult, but anybody posting anything online at any time, myself included, is just doing it for attention. So, like, what are we talking about? Brother, your job is posting? Yeah, that's why I said me included as part of that sentence. I've already vaccinated myself. I've inoculated myself with self-awareness. As a result, your virons can't get into my system. My immune system is fucking eating their shit right now. It's metal as fuck in this bitch. You're doing it for money, though? Well, partly. Because, like, people were like, if you win the lottery, which, honestly, to God, last night I thought was guaranteed. Especially when it took so long for the numbers to come out. I was like, this is the one. But they were like, are you going to still stream after you win the lottery? I appreciated the way they taught it. They talked as if it was a foregone conclusion. But I was like, I'll probably stream more. I mean, my kid doesn't have to go to school anymore if I win the lottery. I'll just put like 80% of that shit in the index fund. She can coast off that. She doesn't need to learn anything. I'll give her an iPad. She can watch that shit all day, man. I'll probably stream more. It's my work, he said. I do it for pay. But when it's over, I just as soon go on my way. Down to some paradise. You know what I'm talking about? You guys take it from the next part. Where the water's good and the air is nice. Ride a horse along the trail. Then they took him to a jail cell where they tried to turn a man into a mouse. What does he say? There's something like that. You'd kill it as a Bob Dylan cover singer. People don't even want to see him sing, man. So like, I think this is kind of a dead industry. Bob Dylan cover band. To see like a not famous guy who can't sing very well. Might be better than his recent concerts. He's literally the GOAT. He can do whatever he wants. Sorry to say. I know people are like, I went and saw Bob Dylan and nobody knows what the song is until halfway through. He never plays any of the old songs. He only plays the shit off of like the 2018 albums and shit like that. He's 100 years old, man. He did his time. I would probably be pissed off at audiences forever too after they tried to fucking kill me for playing an electric guitar one time and like changing the music industry forever. They were like, Woody Guthrie, kill him with an axe. Ed Norton with Tom Hanks's hair from Angels and Demons, kill him. Use the axe to kill him. If he sings bad, why do you like him? Song's not all about singing, man. I got a guy for you, John Legend. If you like good singers, you'd really like John Legend, man. I'm the type of beast that doesn't want to work on Maggie's farm no more. He's beating this shit clean off. That's fucking funny. I don't care who you are. That's funny. You can see his breath and everything. Guy who's vegan to avoid satisfying his wife? Dan, there's a whole arc to this. So I was in Dan's chat 3 hours ago, and he said, I've got a joke for you, but I'm going to wait to type it in your chat. So I've been waiting 3 hours for guy who's vegan to avoid satisfying his wife. It's not bad. It's not bad. Then this is not fair to you. Here's how I would zhuzh it up a little bit. And it's different audiences. Guy who's so vegan he doesn't eat pussy. You get the viscerality of the word pussy at the very end of the word, which is like it hits like a puh, and then the fist snaps back like right away. It's like the hand speed is crazy. And then so vegan, as if vegan isn't like a Boolean condition, but rather has like a spectrum, which I found out it does because every time I turn on Chibli's stream, he's talking about eating chicken nuggets for some reason. So that's how I would punch it up a little bit. The punchline isn't that though. The punchline, he doesn't eat meat because his wife doesn't like going to the steakhouse. He doesn't eat. It's a guy who says he's vegan to avoid satisfying his wife because his wife doesn't go to the steakhouse. And then 2 pickles and a dog with its mouth open. All right. He's honestly, this might be like I'm going, what is he cooking? But maybe I'm only halfway through the recipe and it's all going to come together like an art attack at the end. Oral sex is vegan though. Not if she shoves a sausage up her snatch. Unless it's a Beyond sausage. Red or white Arby's sauce? Dan, I don't want to answer this question. I feel like it's got sexual undertones now because of the way you came into the chat. I guess I have to say, I don't know. I guess I'll say white. White Arby's sauce? Yeah, okay, you're on to something. Plant-based pussy, you're on to something. Leftist vegan baddie in combat boots with a wolf cut, be like, she got that Beyond. It's too much. I tried to shove too much into it. Leftist vegan barista got that plant-based. I gotta think about it. It's coming together. It's like there's a stew going here. I'm trying to do the adjective order thing. Like, is it leftist vegan or is it vegan leftist? Like, there's no doubt if it was a YouTube channel, it would be the vegan leftist. I feel like if you had like someone in a newspaper, if you had their photo in a newspaper, you wouldn't be like Ophelia, vegan leftist. You would be like Ophelia. No, you would be like Ophelia, vegan leftist. You wouldn't say Ophelia, leftist vegan. That something, that's a tough, you know what? We're probably saying it more often than anybody in history has ever said it, so we get to set the rules. Bob Barker was a vegan? Is he the first, like, verifiable case of a vegan Republican? No way, he might be! I get that he was old and rich. He might, I don't know. Anyone know? Someone ask Grok. Oh, right. That guy. He wasn't vegan, he was vegetarian. Oh, okay. He endorsed a Democrat for mayor in Florida? Yeah, but isn't that like when people used to call like Aaron Rodgers like the smartest football player? Like, anyone here from Vancouver or Burnaby, British Columbia? You ever eat at Space Chicken? Always wanted to try it. Yeah, it's, I mean, even like the sign, it doesn't say like fried chicken. It says, it has like a picture of like Jupiter chicken, Saturn chicken. Guy who's so vegan, he won't eat Uranus chicken. It would have been so good too. That's why you gotta watch the whole stream so you can understand the jokes. Is anti-robot sentiment tolerated in this chat? I don't really have a problem with robots. And I must admit, okay, and don't cut off my head before I finish saying what I'm gonna say. I have problems with AI. Most of my problems with AI are actually problems with people that think it rules to be like, check out this horrible shit I made with AI. It's the AI itself is made by humans. And when someone goes like, it's mostly the hubris, like rage bait farming, where people are like, we won't even need writers anymore in 10 years because the robot will do the writing for it. So like that, I'm mostly mad at the person that's doing the posting, to be honest. Yeah, the humans are using the AI, man. Chat GPT ain't asking Grok anything. Robots, on the other hand, I support. And the reason I support them is because every once in a while they fall down and it's funny. There'll be like a video. Do you see that video of the dancing robot at the Chinese electronics show? It's doing like a hip hop dance, and then it kind of like, I think something like passes in front of its vision and it short circuits its brain, and then it just falls over and like starts freaking out. And then nobody in China gave a fuck. They didn't even like, nobody went, oh my God, or like backed up like this thing might explode or something like that. They just stood there with the exact same expression, just watching the robot freak out. It's like they've seen this shit 1,000 times before, man. You've seen the Chinese robot walking around with the Adam Sandler fit. Can I get a, librarian, do you know this one? Can I get a link to this? Robot test to make Adam Sandler real, number 42. That is the Adam Sandler fit, man. That's really good. That's really good. What would you do if that ran at you? I'd probably be like, hey, I loved your movies. It's funny now, but it won't be. Robots are gonna get better. What do you want me to do about it, man? I think I could be boys with the robot. I have no quarrel with the robot itself. The creator of the robot, we might have some words, but the robot itself, I have no quarrel with. It didn't ask to be made. I'm trying to be careful with my verbiage here. If general artificial intelligence comes to fruition, and they put an intelligence that is essentially indistinguishable from a human being inside of a humanoid robot body, I could not feel good about extinguishing the life of that robot. Now, I'm flattering myself that because it was going to have like tungsten hands or something like that. That being said, the person who invented the artificial intelligence and place it in the humanoid body. It's on site. You shouldn't have done that. But basically, an AI that's been placed inside of a humanoid body is like fighting a baby. That's a human being who had it's a being, not a human being, but a being that had no control over being born that is now here. And you want to pit me against my brother? I don't think so, man. I'm not an anti-natalist. Being alive is sweet, man. I'm just saying that, like, they didn't ask to be born, so, like, I wouldn't feel good about killing a robot that has a human-level intelligence. I would feel, I don't know if it's quite the same as murdering another human being, but it's like, it's close. It's close. Data's not sentient? Yeah, but we're just like data too, man. That's what's so interesting. And I mean, if you can't have a sense of humor about this stuff, you might be cooked. But you know that, like, it's so funny. Basically, we're just awesome at living on the earth. Human beings are like crazy good at like being on planet Earth and living. If there is somebody watching the experiment of life on Earth, they would probably watch it like, oh shit, look at this. Whoa, look at, oh, there's all that water. Guess what, bitch? They turned into fucking fish. They're swimming in the water. They're taking advantage of, oh my God. And then one of them got out of the water. No, this is crazy, dude. And then they got to like us and they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Holy shit, tools? Can they do that? What the fuck? Well, this is amazing, dude. We knocked it out of, and now we're so, what's on? What's on? What's on tonight? What's on? And they're like, what the fuck? It went so wrong, man. It went so wrong. But for us, it went right because we're the ones holding it. You know what I mean? Like on an individual level, it's sick. We turned the fucking experiment around on them. And they're out here, we made a machine that is, we made a biological entity that is so good at getting resources. It became the dominant species on the planet. Take a look at them. Making a fucking photoshopped image of a jar that says peanut putter or something like that in between jerk-off sessions. We fucking owned our creator. God is dead and we fucking killed him, and that's hilarious. I don't have any higher-minded ideals for what we're doing here. You could do whatever you want for the most part. You already did enough. Just by being yourself, you've done enough. Just by exercising a little bit of autonomy. So I hope that there's like a fucking space engineer out there keeping an eye on us. I hope he's got a sense of humor about this. It's not lost on a fella like me. What food trend comes after all the protein maxing? Honestly, I don't know. But the changes aren't permanent. But change is. That's all you gotta know. Something's gonna replace the protein maxing. I don't know what it's gonna be though. I feel like we're due for a hedonism arc. Because everything in life is reflexive. Like, there's no such thing as, like, this is how things are. They're always bouncing back and forth between two extremes. And I feel like we're in a very ascetic world right now, where people are like, I'm depriving myself of all pleasure. I'm measuring my sleep. I'm logging my food. I'm logging all of my exercise. I never eat sugar. I never do this. I never do that. I feel like the reflexivity it's gonna bounce back a little bit to like, you're going to die someday. Don't worry that much about like eating ice cream. Because I personally, and this is not to rag on people that are literally probably like 12, but like, I can't spend the rest of my adult life living in a world where people think it's like immoral for a movie to have a sex scene. We gotta get a little bit more, and I'm not even like a libertine guy. I just think the world is underbought on libertine right now and needs to come back a little bit. Like, what happened to my culture, man? Can't have sex scenes in movies. The only thing you can have is like protein, coffee, and sports gambling. Like, we gotta save the culture just a little bit, man. I recommend Sinners to my friend, and he said it seemed risque just for the sake of it. See, you know what it is? It's, I guess, everything has its day and everything has its nadir, right? Because when I was a teenager, if a movie had a sex scene, we were like, that's awesome, I could jerk off to that. But if a movie had someone say like a 3-syllable word, you would just be like, I didn't really like it, it seemed pretentious. I'm as guilty of it, but like in a different domain as anybody else. My friend's first jerk off was to 300 by accident. By accident. I think he just came. Well, that's not masturbating. That's never happened to me, but I've heard that it can. You just see something so sexy and you have like, I don't know, you've never come in your whole life. Your body's just like, we gotta clear the backlog or something. And he was like, this is sperma. Yeah. You know what's crazy? I know I've talked about this before. Justin, feel free to weigh in on this. What percentage of people do you think were taught to jerk off versus just figured it out? No one taught me. I just figured it out. Now, it's not rocket science, let's be honest. It's like an elevator. It's got 2 buttons. And it's just, you're either going up or you're going down. And if you just went up, guess where you're going, buddy? You're already on the top floor. Might as well take it down to the basement. So I discovered it naturally, ambiently, or organically. But who would be teaching? Well, I don't know, like maybe your older sibling or something is like, buddy, you're not going to believe this. Or like friends at a sleepover or like sharing the wisdom of like, you won't believe this. People are hitting me with, I guarantee there's at least 100 people in chat that had an older brother teach them how to jerk off. It doesn't mean they jerked off together. You're sick and perverted. Just like they were getting ready to go to bed and the older brother was like, you won't believe it, bro. If you beat your shit up, goo comes out the end. Please help me. Everybody's saying this is crazy. There's no shot, bro. I've heard stories from my friends. The sexual knowledge passes down from the older brother to the younger brother. It's the oral tradition. They don't write it down. They pass it down after the sun sets. My cousin told me, thank you this is like an I am Spartacus moment. Thank you. This happens in real life. And because I've observed it happening or been told that it happens, all of a sudden it's like, he's weird. I'm not weird. I figured it out myself. Listen, when I was a kid, we didn't learn the way you guys probably learned, going to like WikiHow or some shit like that. Coolest way to jerk off. You just sort of figured it out on the job, man. All I was asking is what percentage of men out there, because I wonder if there's a guy who doesn't know how to jerk off, like an adult man who's like, he's like, yeah, guys, me too, but he like never figured it out. There's got to be at least one. There's like 3.5 billion guys out there. There's got to be some people that do it wrong too. Imagine jerking off for like 20 years and then someone's like, try turning your hand. Like someone's doing it like overhand style like this. And then they're like, here. Can I help you there? Try going like, you're like, oh, now I got so much wasted time. Oh. Does anyone teach monkeys how to beat off? Okay, but like what percentage of monkeys jerk off? It might be like 25%. I've seen like National Geographic. I know monkeys beat off, but I don't know if all of them beat off. There might be some that are like, they can't figure it out. They're not as smart as we are, except in like remembering those numbers. They're definitely a lot better in that. Female viewership taking another L. You don't know any women, do you? Might surprise you to find out a lot of them have a sense of humor. Not all of them, it must be said. not all of them. But a lot of them. Justin, you ever wonder what it must be like to go through life? We all know somebody that is just like they don't have a sense of humor. Like they don't see the appeal of humor. Must be so crazy to like go through life like that. They're just like people are just talking to them just to convey information. Like not to make them smile or anything like that. Like all communication is just passing data back and forth. That's so funny, man. Hello, how are you? I am now giving you data that is about how the quality of my day. I am now asking you about the quality of your day. You are trying to tell a joke to me, but it is not landing because I don't understand humor. That's really funny. It's not funny? See, now you're getting it. Gets me when people are pissed off that you think something's funny. That happens all the time, man. I don't know. The one that people are mad at me. Sorry, librarian, I know you've done this. You've probably done like 10 videos like this. Videos of people falling down are funny. You can also be like, I hope they didn't die. But it's really funny when you see a video of someone falling down. It's funny when I fall down. And some of those Korean dash cam videos that Kate showed me are funny. Like the car will just be like driving, and then there'll be like a metal barrier on the bridge, and they'll just drive straight through it. Like they won't even try to turn, and the car will fly off of the bridge like the Blues Brothers, and then like land upside down on the lane below the bridge. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I hope they're better after the crash. As long as we're virtue signaling, I hope we're better. They're better off after the crash. I hope they crashed because they were checking their phone and they're like, oh shit, I just won the $1.7 billion Powerball. I hope they're better than anybody's ever been. But the video of the car careening off the overpass and landing upside down is fucking funny. Is there new content or are you just playing this again? Hey, when you saw me play this the first time, was it in a sewer or were we climbing like rocks covered in slippery ice? I didn't watch the first time. Then why do you care? Like I don't. Even if I've never seen it, I don't want to watch something old by mistake. Like what are you talking about? Gotta stop watching this channel, buddy. Yo. Before you go, let's have an exit interview. Can I say what can we do to? What was it? What was the catalyst for making you want to leave? Because I want to improve my content so that this doesn't happen in the future. Even a single lost viewer is like unacceptable to me. Jerma already did this. He's done everything good, man. He's done everything good. He can't keep getting away with it. I swear to you, this is a true story. I know 3 people in my life who have changed their names as young adults. I know this part is going to be very unbelievable to you, but you're going to believe at least one of this. 2 of the 3 of them changed their name to Apollo. 1 was like surprising. 2 was like, what's going on here? Yeah, I had a roommate, well, a housemate in college who was like, I've changed my name to Apollo. Like he was almost like our Kramer. Like stuff was always like just happening to him while we were going about our lives that would just add a little bit of humor into our day-to-day. It was his mom that got stuck outside on his balcony because his door didn't have a doorknob on the inside, so he had to open it with a knife. One time he came home from studying at the library and we were like, where's your laptop? And he was like, oh, I just came home to take a shower. So I left my laptop at the library so I wouldn't lose my spot. And we were like, dude, someone's going to steal your laptop. And he was like, no way, man. And then he went back to the library and someone stole his laptop. We were like, of course, man. Like, you left it alone for like an hour and a half. There's so much funny stuff with this guy that I believe that is real. Like, in the cafeteria, he told us for like 6 months that he was allergic to shrimp. And then one day in the cafeteria, he was eating like shrimp fried rice. And we were like, dude, what the fuck? Aren't you gonna die? And he was like, no, I'm only allergic to the big kind. You're like, what the fuck? I don't know if that's like a real thing, but he tanked the shrimp. That's real. I don't know. He's a funny guy. And he's the same guy who he played Wonder Boy by Tenacious D like 50 times a day at max volume. You ever see the video of all the guys reacting to Princess Diana's death while they're playing Uno? Dude, it's been a mixed bag, everybody having an HD camera. But it has really compromised the liminal nature of like your dad just happened to be testing his new camcorder out when like a world-changing event happened. Like when that alien walked across the fucking street at the Brazilian birthday party. Like if we had smartphones, we would just be like, well, another alien video, huh? Okay, next.
Uno with Clark and Scott and John and Jeffrey and Alan.
John, Jeffrey.
And
Labor
yeah.
Day weekend, and Scott and Jeffrey are visiting us from Raleigh, Durham, where they just moved into a fabulous new home. We're having a swell time, although Princess Diana has been injured gravely. It's been reported, allegedly.
Not allegedly. They had pictures. We're watching it on
Allegedly.
We're watching it on CNN.
There's a huge accident.
Princess Diana dead.
Oh, she died.
Where's the remote?
Oh my God.
Oh, she didn't make it.
Oh my God.
Just use the volume.
I remember where I was, man. I had a sleepover at my friend's house for his birthday. We slept in a tent in his backyard, like in the morning. His dad unzipped the front of the tent and went, I just thought you guys would want to know Princess Diana died. So we were 8. And he was like, good morning. Just so you know, the Princess of England died. And we went, what? Because like at that age, you're still kind of like, it's shocking that like someone you know of can no longer be alive. I remember being like, I wouldn't say devastated because I didn't really have like a great concept of who she was, but I was like, damn, I'm sorry anybody dies at all these days, man. That's the type of shit I was saying. Me and Spencer Krug. Now you hear about, it's true, I hear about all sorts of celebrities dying every day in Twitch chat for like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Even though I've obviously read it 1,000 times. It's good when someone you hate dies. I can't comment on that. I have to seem self-righteous. I will say this is not even related to what you said. We're just transitioning from that. But I feel like you gotta be careful with the phrasing. We're gonna experience more news of celebrity deaths for like the next 20 years. And the reason I say that is because I feel like we're like in the 80s was such a unfortunate boom for culture because that's when the baby boomers were getting to like the age where they were making movies and they were becoming professional athletes and wrestlers and musicians and starting bands and so on and so forth. Not all, but most of the people that were dying when I was like 10 in 1998 were born in like 1910. There were just less motherfuckers back then, man. There were a lot of baby boomers born in that 45 to like 62 region. What I'm trying to say is that we gotta raise the standard of celebrity death that we choose to mourn. Otherwise, we're just gonna be mourning, oh, the dude who played the fucking sports anchor on some sitcom from 1987? No, man. No, they got to at least be in the main cast, okay? No cameos. If they have a shot of the screen at the start of the show where they're all standing like back to back with each other, they got to be in that shot, okay? No, none of this. Oh, he was the milkman. He was the milkman on fucking Married with Children. Sorry, bro. If you wanted to be mourned for that, you should have died when there were less famous people dying, okay? You should have died in like 1993, and then people would have been not the milkman, but you made it, and now there's like 10 celebrities going each month now, man. He was a good guy. What are you talking about? He's the nicest guy I've ever met. My friend ran into Ric Flair when he was a kid, and Ric Flair told him to fuck off. So that's bad, obviously. If I may say so, and you just gotta hear me out here, it's almost kind of refreshing to hear about a celebrity who is an outright asshole instead of what you end up hearing about now, which is someone who does interviews where they look really nice, but then someone's like, I waited on them in a restaurant 4 times and they're the Antichrist. There's a lot of fake bitches out there, is what I'm trying to say. So in a way, the best thing to be is a nice person, okay? The second best thing to be, internal asshole, but is always nice outside. The third best thing to be is probably an asshole, And the fourth best thing to be, aka the worst thing to be, is guy who does a media tour pretending he's a saint, but if you actually meet him in public, he's a total dickhead. Which one are you? Probably like guy who's kind of like a bit of an asshole internally, but behaves well. Now, just to avoid the false like equivalency, I would never meet a 9-year-old kid and be like, I want to tell this kid to fuck off. I don't think I'm a naturally like I'm not kindergarten teacher nice. I'm a little acerbic sometimes, but I put on a filter of extra politeness in public. But it's not like I'm look at all the philanthropic work that I'm doing, and then when I go out to eat, I'm like, why is the waiter talking to me? Kate, I told you I don't talk to the help. I'm going, oh, I'll have this, please? And then if they bring the wrong food, I still eat it. Because I'm like, the universe is giving me a sign that that's what they wanted me to eat today. Like, I don't understand why Usher won't order food, man. Like, he thinks he's above the duty of ordering his own food. Why don't you just order food? You're Usher. I don't get it. Maybe he's shy. Like, I feel like you're so famous. Why wouldn't you order it? Whatever you order, people are going to be like, great order, Usher. It's not like anyone's going to be like, fuck you, Usher. You can't have like the ceviche or whatever. They're going to be like, oh my God, you won't believe what Usher just ordered. It's the ceviche. Dude, speaking of episodes though, I was watching some Pingu with my kid yesterday. I haven't seen Pingu in like 25 years probably, if not longer. I thought of a great line. If something really bad happened, I could be like, oh, this is more fucked up than the time I found out Pingu is Finnish. I thought that would be like a sick line. Like if you got some really bad news, you could be like, oh, I haven't been this shocked since I found out Pingu is Finnish. But the episode of Pingu where Pingu is jealous of Pinga, the new baby, that's actually like better than anything the Marx Brothers ever made. And Pingu's building the block tower and going like, tick, 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 tick. And then the blocks fall down and he goes like, meow, meow, and like he spins around and he makes his body go like really small and then he makes it go like really tall and skinny. And then he's like he goes up to his mom and goes like, meh. And the mom is like knitting and she's like, I'm not fucking with you, Pingu. I got a baby now that I got to take care of. And he goes, Rrr, and he tries to build the blocks again and it falls down and he goes like, meh, and his mouth goes like, Rrr. So then he goes over and he puts the fucking like the pot on his head and he just starts walking around in a circle and banging the pot with the spoon, going dung 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 dung. I was like, this shit is real, man. Kids just be doing that when they want attention. Where the dad though? Pingu's dad was in an episode where Pingu was born. And Pingu he's exactly the same thing. He was trying to get his mom and dad's attention. He was trying to see the baby and they kept like blocking him from seeing the baby. Pingu, you don't want to see that shit, man. Like the nurse sleds over to Pingu's family's igloo. But when she goes in through the front door, her hat falls off. So Pingu puts it on. He goes over to his parents and is like, check it out, I'm a nurse. And then his parents are like, fuck off, Pingu, we're having a baby right now. Nobody cares, Pingu. Give the nurse her hat back. Don't even talk to me. Bluey pisses me off. The episode where like Bluey's dad is trying to get to work, but Bluey and Bingo keep being like, just play with us a little longer. And he's like, okay, kiddo. And then he takes a day off work to play with them. I'm like, this shit is... Honestly, Gen Alpha... Everyone's like, Gen Alpha's cooked because they're watching too much iPad. I think Gen Alpha's cooked when they starting families, man. Because it's a very unrealistic expectation. If you have modeled your family life or your expectations for family life in any way based on Bluey, you are in for a world of disappointment, man. Bluey's dad makes me feel insecure as a man. No, man, because it's not... That's like being like, oh, I feel weak when I watch Superman. Yeah, bro, he's not real. They had to make up a guy to get a guy that strong. Like that, there's no dad in the world. You would actually be like a bad dad if you were as good as Bluey's dad. Because sometimes being a good dad means putting your foot down and going, I can't play now. I need to go to work so we can keep living in our house. That's being a good dad. In this case, being a bad dad would be like, sure, I'll risk getting fired to play your game a little longer. That's crazy, man. And don't even get me started on the episode where everyone cried, where they fucking sell their house. They sell the house and they're about to leave, but the kids are like, we don't want to leave our house, Dad. And the dad breaks down and goes, fine. And he pulls the sign out and the kids are like, yay, bitch, there's closing costs. There's unrecoverable closing costs. You had a buyer already. The buyers put money into escrow. The buyers sold their house to another buyer so that they could get the money to pay for your house. And now you're like, I'm out. You can't do that. It's not realistic, man. You see your skull veins every time you yell? I know it's kind of sick, right? It adds a little bit to the content. I think I can just do it, by the way. Like, I think I could just be like, is it working? Nothing happened? My head hurts. My head hurts a little bit. I don't think you should do that. I don't think you should manually raise the pressure inside of your skull. Inner Psyduck. Dude, Psyduck is so real. It's crazy that like Pikachu, Eevee, Gengar, etc. get all the love. Because if you ever watch an episode of the Pokemon anime, Psyduck is like the realest motherfucker in the world. Because he always has headaches. Well, he's always like nervous about shit. He like doesn't want to do anything and he gets overwhelmed easily. That's like a 2020s vibe, man. Psyduck is like the spirit animal for this fucked up decade. They're like, Psyduck, do something. And he just starts grabbing his fucking head and saying his name over and over. And then like the big sweat droplet shows up on his forehead and stuff like that. Or like sometimes like 3 lines with like a little purple undershade will come up or something like that. Kate, are you? She's definitely not here. Had to get our daughter a new water bottle. So we took her to school yesterday. Her water bottle was too tall to fit in her cubby. Had to get a new water bottle. She got one that's super kitties. I'm trying to think the other one might be Minecraft. North Americans love their big water bottles. Today we are all British. And by we're all, I mean me. And I want to say Americans, but I have to say North Americans. But Americans will like leave the house and be like, oh wait, I forgot something. My 3-gallon water bottle. For my 22-minute drive between a place that has infinite clean water, my house, and my office, which has infinite clean water. It's probably good that kids have some water at school instead of having to rely on like one bubbler, but I'm just always surprised at the amount of water people are drinking. But you can't even be like, and I was a hydration head like way back in the day. Here's a little pro tip for you. I used to have an office job I hated. I would drink like 10 glasses of water a day at the job, so I had an excuse to go to the bathroom more often. And I was so stupid, I was like, nobody knows. Even though everyone was like, we know. You're literally going pee twice an hour. But even still, like, be careful what you wish for, man. Because now I live in a world where people respect hydration, but they're also like, if you ever are like, hey, do you really need like 2 liters of water on you at all times? They're like, yes. Oh, you hate water? You hate being hydrated? You know we're 70% water. I get really thirsty. I'm on my 3rd liter today. Listen, it's literally harmless. And if you're at your house and drinking a lot of water, I get it. It's just the bottle is crazy to me. I like to keep my hands free because I never know when I might need to engage in some self-defense when I'm outside. But also the way that the other parents look at me when I like forget to give my daughter a water bottle for her like 1-hour activity is they look at me like I'm a bad father. They look at me like it's like child neglect. Like how is your daughter supposed to handle an hour-long music class, which is actually like 50 minutes because you got to pick them up 5 minutes early and they don't even start the shit until 5 minutes after they're supposed to start it, without 2 liters of ice cold water. I don't know, man. I feel like when I was a kid, I might have drank like 300 milliliters of liquid a day. I know I talk about it all the time, but it's insane that they would have you do like, we were literally, even in like freshman year gym class, where all you do is run or lift weights, because then I know I'm exercising old demons, but we had one gymnasium and the girls' gym class and the boys' gym class was scheduled at the same time. So we would always like warm up in the gym together, and then they would be like, all right, boys, we're going up to the weight room. And we're like, what are the girls doing today? Soccer, baseball, or like floor hockey or some shit like that. Can we play floor hockey? Can we play? No, you can't. No, go back to the preacher curl bench. It's arm day. It's 87th consecutive arm day because they didn't teach us to work anything else out. Nobody in the class, 30 boys in the class, 30 13-year-old boys in the class. Nobody brought a water bottle. You would finish the class, drink from the water fountain for 1 second each. If you drank longer than 1 second, the person behind you would kick you in the back of your balls. It was a damn jungle out there, man. I'm not even kidding. I don't think I drank a glass of water from age 9 to 16. I believe that. Shively. I believe that. I mean, there were probably some years I didn't have a glass of water. I was like, I don't need any water. Water is nothing. I'll drink something good for me, like orange juice from concentrate. I will say, maybe it's like nostalgia, but every once in a while I'm like at the park or something, I got to use the water fountain. It might be the most satisfying way to drink water. Like that little stream with the arc, if you get your mouth like in just the right position and you get that negative pressure differential and it just goes like right in, like you can almost go infinite with it. I've never encountered a water fountain that didn't smell like piss. People are pissing on the fountain? I don't know, it's pretty clean here. But I will say, this is like an embarrassing moment for me. We were at like a splash park, I don't know, sometime this summer. And there's signs on the splash park that are like, this is recycled water, don't drink the water. And I was there with my daughter and one of my daughter's friends. And there were like 2 girls that were probably like 9 or 10 years old that were not associated with us. They went over to one of the girls went over to one of the jets and just took like a huge mouthful. And then she went, it tastes just like normal water, come here. And then the other girl came over and like went to the same jet and just took like probably like a pint of the water straight to the face. And I had an impulse that was like, I am a father. I'm an adult. I should be like, hey, look at the sign. This is dirty water. But instead, and it's so embarrassing, I just went, I don't know if it was, I could come up with something self-righteous. I don't want to be the middle-aged guy talking to random kids in the playground or something like that. But it was more like, not my problem. I'm sure they'll tank it anyway, but like, where were their parents? It was honestly, this was kind of like the most fucked up vibes that I've ever had at the park. Because later, when we were going home, we were walking through like the one edge of the park, and there was like a 3-year-old kid like bawling, going like, mama, mama. And they were like 10 feet away from their mom, who was having a nap on a towel. And once again, I was like, this seems like the sort of situation where like, if this is a movie, I should intervene. Like I should go over to the kid and be like, hey, are you okay? Seems like your mom's taking a nap. I can't really stay here until she wakes up, but maybe we could like, I don't know, maybe we could maybe I'll start going, mama, mama, or something like that. But I don't know. So instead, I just did nothing. I gave the kid a nod and just kept moving. John Quinones is not gonna like that. I'm picturing like my face going like raising my eyebrows and going, not my problem. And then it's like freeze frame, black and white, and like a red stamp comes out over it or something. I don't know what the stamp says, but they're like, fuck this asshole. Not everybody had such a charitable nature. Local dickhead and spoiled iPad child too busy to save the life of a 3-year-old. Abandoned in the park. I wouldn't say I'm sorry to say this, because I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase it. I always see people, they carry like a backpack to the playground and then read a book on the bench. And I think it's good and I think it's a vibe. But are they there because they want to read their book in the park? Or are they just waiting for somebody to come over to them and say, what are you reading? That's what I always roll around in my brain. Because if I was reading a book outside in public, I would, and this is from an earlier time in my life, pre being married, I would be picking a book where I thought like maybe some kind of girl in a cable knit sweater that was tucked into like a plaid skirt would come over to me and be like, hey, I read Dad. Like I would be doing it I would be putting out book pheromones into the air and seeing what came over. And I'm reading a book that's about 2 hockey players who are in love with the same girl. With matcha too. I'm like, hey, can I get an iced Americano? Can you write, that's so funny because it comes in a clear cup. Can I get an iced Americano, but can you write matcha latte on it? Oh yeah, sure, can I get a name? Dude! Can I get a large coffee? Sure, what's your name? Matcha latte. Think about it, man, think about it. I've got a large coffee for matcha latte? Yeah, I thought I'd just read this hockey romance book while I was drinking my matcha latte. Is that a matcha latte? You know, it makes me feel basic, but I've been drinking them for a while. So I'm like, you know what? Treat myself. I'm not going to change just because it's popular. I hate to admit I've got an ass with the book in the park technique. I knew it. I knew it could work. They called me a madman. It's crazy people would rather play something where you can jump 2 times. Like you could, I'm expected to believe that this fucking bug can just generate an impulse of verticality off of fuck all. Yeah, I don't think so, man. You do you. You do you. I'm good though. I'll be out here in reality, okay? Why do you hate bugs? I mean, they do irritate me a lot, to be honest with you. I don't have a problem, as I've said many times, I don't have a problem with spiders. If they don't make me have a problem with spiders. Spider outside? How's it hanging, brother? Love what you done with the place. Spider in my bathroom? That's a real issue for me. You gotta go. Spider anywhere in view of my wife or child? It's on site. There's no hope for you at that point. Spiders are friends? Friends don't come over uninvited. You don't release them outside? No, bro, I'm shitting. Like, I got my pants around my ankles. I'm wearing, like, a shirt and underwear because I just woke up. I see a spider. I'm going to go up, wipe, pull up, flush the toilet, go get a glass, catch the spider, go outside. Hi, good morning. Put the spider outside. No, man. Most bugs leave behind a scent when they're smushed that attracts other bugs. Okay, first off, you're a bug. That's something a bug would write. They would be like, oh, actually, killing bugs is what they want you to do. Yeah, you must think I'm fucking stupid. That's crazy. You are a bug, for one. Secondly, if that's real, evolution fucked bugs. Imagine if we were like, oh shit, it smells like somebody fucking died in here. Guys, come on! The hell are you talking about? Is it actually true? It doesn't make any sense. Ergo, it can't be true. Bugs eat other bugs? Disgusting. That's yet another reason they're disgusting creatures. I appreciate that you've been trying to make this Transformers joke work for like 2 hours. Do you think Transformers moan a little bit when they transform? If you're a Transformer, I bet it feels good to transform. To be honest, I think it works. I think the joke works. I bet it feels good as fuck to transform if you're a transformer. Bet that feels good as fuck. You know it feels good as fuck to be like running and then mid-step turn into a truck and then just keep driving as if nothing ever happened. Or to be like a truck and then like turn into Optimus Prime and kind of do like a hockey stop and be like, Sam, we came as fast as we could. Where's Megatron? So I bet that feels good as hell, man. You're not wrong. No, man, I don't want to see Optimus Prime tear his ACL. Anyone on fantasy playing tonight? Yes, sir. Philly defense. Big game for me this week is KC versus the Chargers. I got Mahomes in one league. I got McConkey in another league. I got Najee Harris, head eyes, who is apparently not starting week 1. I'm kind of pissed off, okay? It's because I've got Quinshawn Judkins, and I got Sampson, and I got Najee Harris, and none of them are starting week 1. How can that even... I handcuffed Judkins with Sampson, and neither of them are RB1 for the Browns? How does this happen, bro? I mean, I'm just being a normal guy here. Didn't they take Judkins in like the first round? How does a first round drafted rookie end up RB3 on the depth chart to a fourth round drafted rookie? It sounds like you got to fire your GM. They should have taken the fourth guy in the second round. Hear ye, hear ye. Remember when you said your team's goated? Well, like these are my bench, if we're being honest. The team is pretty good. Is there anything like stopping you from running like... I mean, mostly this is for the Chiefs. I need this for the Chiefs because I drafted Mahomes. Could you just put like 10 dudes on your offensive line? Maybe like 9 offensive linemen, Kelsey and Mahomes. And that's it. Who are you throwing it to? Kelsey. He's not that good? Well, yeah, but it beats getting sacked 11 times a game like they did in the Super Bowl. Kelsey's washed. Okay, it's Kelsey versus 8 wideouts who are currently in prison. Like, who else is he throwing it to, man? At least Travis Kelsey is currently not incarcerated. Like, he can catch some passes better than some people who that are in prison right now. He's in marriage jail. So true. Oh, dude. Kelsey's so done. Oh, can I catch this pass? Hold on, Patrick. I just got to make a call really quick. Hey. Yeah. Whoa, that's crazy. So listen, real quick. Patrick wants to throw me a pass. I know I didn't forget. But it would really, like, he really needs a completion right now. No, it's cool. No, it's good. No, I'll tell him. You don't have to tell him. I'll tell him. Yeah, I love you too. Sorry, bro. No can do. Then they got a punt on 2nd and 3. So true. Also, this sounds crazy, but I want to get all my stupid football questions out of the way. If the kicker on the team can consistently kick the ball 80 yards from kickoff into the end zone so the other team has to do a touchback, why is the maximum field goal range like 63, man? Shouldn't they be able to hit like a 80-yard field goal now and then? Defenders rushing in? Well, that's why you got 9 O-men. You got 9 men on your O-line. Run up takes too long? Why doesn't he just start running from further back, man? There's no reason the kicker can't start 12 steps back. Like, can you imagine, man? If you had a kicker who could consistently hit like 70-yard field goals. Oh no, it's 4th and 8 on R35. Guess I'll settle for 3 points. The field goal posts are at the back of the end zone. Not in Canadian football. We stay winning. Justin, are you still here? Guy who thinks the Babadook is from Howard Stern's radio show in the 1990s? Yeah, he's the guy who's always going, Babadook, Babadook. I've seen that. I didn't even know we were allowed to talk about that stuff anymore. I've been seeing, yeah, he's going, babadookie, babadookie. Babadookie. A lava attack. I'm still hitting the Minecraft movie stims, man. And it feels so good. The more, the more old that they get, the harder they hit, man. It's timeless. It's just Minecraft movie and Hawk Tua duking it out in my last brain cell. Watched that movie last night. Honestly, one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I think I gave it a 1.5. I don't think it's very good. One of the worst movies you've ever seen. Might be a little step too far, but why are you defending a 1.5? Well, because it's like a kid's movie. If you're like 28 with no kids, you're not supposed to watch it. It should be illegal. Much respect for playing this instead of you know what. That's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I'm virtuous. I'm playing this because I'm taking a stand. Team Cherry is taking advantage of us for too long. No free promo. You know the business inbox, Team Cherry. Money talks, bullshit walks. And bugs double jump. And I cannot fucking stand that. Nah, it's chill. How is it anyway? You know what? Everyone's been talking about Silksong all day in chat. No one has mentioned a single thing related to its quality, which is insane. Surely it's good, right? I just can't believe nobody popped in and said, oh, I'm taking a break from Silksong. I played 4 hours of it and it's really good so far. 97% on Steam. That's pretty great, man. Good for them. Good for them. They landed the plane, it seems. I made a channel for it on my Discord and it has 1 post, so I'm assuming it sucks. How's the Trauma Dump channel doing, though? You know what's crazy is that I think the Uma Musume channel is now the most popular channel on my Discord, man. They're out competing Misk and Peloton, which is like exercise Misk. I be in there talking from time to time. It just pisses me off. Because I'm like, why is my Majiro McQueen losing the Ura semifinals with 1,000 speed and 1,200 stam? And then they're saying shit like, well, you need to have at least 450 power to reliably beat the Ura finale. And I'm like, well, where's the power supposed to come from? And they're like, well, you could take out a speed card. And I'm like, well, then I have like 700 speed. And they're like, well, I'm like, well, fuck, man. Speed training gives power? Not as much as it used to, man. Not as much as it used to. We gotta figure out what's wrong with that guy in chat, man. He's been posting weird stuff for like 3 months. Which guy? This is where if it was like 2007, I would hit you with like that obscured, like sanitized Facebook link. People would always do that. They'd be like, oh my God, did you see? They just announced this guy's a sex offender. Here's a Facebook profile of a sex offender. And then you go like, oh my God. And then you click on it and it's your own profile. And you're like, what the fuck? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You guys. There's a monster at the end of this book type shit. One of the, honestly, in the pantheon of best bedtime stories as the reader to read to your kid. It's not one of her favorites, but it's one of my favorites to read because you get to put some sauce on it. A direct neighbor has his door open. I'm about to go live and stream. Worst day of my life. Chibley, all I can say is I feel you, but also you kind of get desensitized to it. Like half of the stream yesterday where I was playing this, we had like an electrician, literally, so like right past my monitor where I'm looking right now is a staircase. The electrician was on the staircase for like an hour and a half. And I was just, nobody noticed, man, because I was just talking my shit. Was it embarrassing? It's not embarrassing. But like, just put the electrons in the bag, bro. Stop freebooting my content. Yeah, I don't think northernlion's that popular in the blue collar community, just because, like, with no disrespect to the white collar workers, like they're actually working at their job. Have you ever watched a road crew? Well, yeah, but I don't think they're watching shit on their phone. They're just like I was I was laughing. I was kind of laughing, but I was driving 2 days ago to go to the computer store where my computer was not even ready, but that's beside the point. It's here now. I just got to wait till Saturday to set it up. And I was driving, and a lady with an orange vest who was clearly part of a road crew was walking from the side of the road with a sign, and the sign said, "Stop." But she wasn't pushing the sign out. Okay, she was just like holding the sign and walking across the road, but not to the extent that I was going to like collide with her. So I had to do a judgment call. I was like, am I going to stop or am I just going to keep driving? Because it seems like she's not trying to impact traffic. And then I slowed down to like signal to her, like, I'll stop if you want me to stop. And then she waved me through. When she waved me through, I drove over a fucked up piece of broken wood, man. I think she was going out because they were like doing construction and a fucked up jagged piece of wood went on the road. And she was like, I got to get the cars to stop so I can clear the wood. But she was like, no, you can go. You can drive over the wood, but everybody else stop. Flicking me, man. Oh my God. You got Cowboys or Eagles? Neither, bro. I'm Canadian. Ooh. All I got is Cowboys, Eagles. All I got is Bills. There's gotta be a joke in there somewhere. The Bills are a joke? Yeah, the water bill maybe. The rest of them can get kind of fucked up, man. I just bought a new computer. It's one of those things that's like so expensive that even though you have the money for it, you feel like you got away with something when your credit card gets approved at the store. I was like nervous that it was going to approve the transaction. And then when it did, I was like, it's that easy. Like that's my money. I was like, you really fucked up on that one, guys. You shouldn't have let that one through. Wait a minute. I got to pay for that. Also, the guys at the computer store kept telling me the computer is really expensive. And I was like, I know, man. You guys are the guys selling it. I'm the one buying it. You think I don't know how expensive? They're like, it's a really expensive machine. And I'm like, I know. I told them it was for Roblox. Also, my kid was like running some serious interference for me. The whole time we were in the store, she was saying, I need one of these for... I'm not even making this up. She was saying, I need one of these for when I become a streamer next year. And I was like, shut up. Don't say that. A, don't say that. And B, don't say that in public. Everyone in the store is going to be like, I'm buying my kid like a gaming PC and she's 4. They're going to kill me in here, man. It's funny to say, wow, you're getting a new PC just to play the dolls. And I'll tank the joke because I have a sense of humor, but I have to get you back. You do realize it's also equally funny to buy like a multi-$1,000 piece of hardware just to play a game with good graphics, right? Like yes, it's funny to get a new PC and then mostly play like deck builders. It's also really funny to buy like a PC that's like as expensive as a pretty good used car. It would be like, no, it's right though, because I want to play Tarkov. Pretty good graphics are free. Just look out the window. That's what I'm talking about, man. Plus, with all the wildfire smoke, like the sun looks good as fuck. Like it's not golden hour anymore. It's like golden fucking day, as long as you don't need to breathe too much. Sorry about the smoke. It's a golden rule. We're sending smoke there all the time. It's the only thing you can't tariff, apparently. We need to suspend the de minimis exception on smoke exports. Please. That was Bernard Trump. That was after Bernie and Trump fused together in the hyperbolic time chamber. Too few of the banks have too little of the money. Something like that. They're calling it the ultimate politician. The only way politics is so fucked up, the only way everybody's going to be happy is if we create a perfect genetic hybrid of Donald Trump and Bill Clinton. Then finally, we don't have the technology yet, so we're just going to have to learn to get along. They're booing me? Okay, fine. Barack Obama and Donald Trump. It sounds like an SNL bit. It's Trumpama! It's Trumpama! Joining us on Weekend Update, it's a perfect genetic fusion of Barack Obama and Donald Trump. I think it's been like almost a year. Very wistfully thinking back to the Biden era for like a number of reasons. But one of them is that like once a week, he would just get on stage and say some shit, man. And you would just have to be like, yeah, I guess. He'd just be getting up there and saying whatever, man. He'd be saying the craziest shit anyone has ever said. He's an underrated president in the humor department for sure. I think people acknowledge that he's funny, but I'm not sure they acknowledge how funny it was. The Earth Rider one was one of my favorites. I also love Justin's. It's $1 million, trillion, billion dollars.
The beer brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer in this refinery. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why it's called. Over $1.3 billion.
What about the one where he goes, "What are you doing?" I forgot. I forgot about the one where it was like he saw his own ghost in the middle of the sentence. I forgot about that one. You have to laugh, okay? You have to laugh. He's talking about how they have to reunite like Korea and Japan or whatever.
I'm going to go to South Korea. We're going to get the chip. What are you doing? I'm going to get Japan and Korea back together again after essentially having hostilities toward one another since the end of World War II.
Oh, man, I got to see that again. Ain't it? He's fucking real for that. Ain't it funny how the night can play tricks when you're trying to be so quiet? And then they were like, nah, he's chill, man. He's... They were like, the president's just quirky, man. So poetic to end back in the pool. I was in the pool! Have a good lunch. Man, fuck you. Nah, you're chill. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do for lunch, though, man. My dumbass ate 2 slices of pizza in the fridge at like 9 p.m. last night. And I was like, that's tomorrow's lunch. Whatever, that's someone else's problem. Now here I am at 2:01 p.m. It's my problem, man. Now it's my problem. It wasn't even that good. I was just bored. You were awake at 9? Yeah, for like 10 minutes. That's the other part, is that I was like, oh, 10 minutes before bed. What should I do? Brush my teeth? Nah, let's eat 2 slices of pizza first. For no reason at all, man. Like, there's just no purpose. I guess the reason is because eating food is entertaining. There was no, like, thermodynamic reason for it, but, like, felt good at the time. I don't even know if it did. I think I was just looking at my phone while I mindlessly ate it. I wasn't practicing, like, active mindfulness or anything. I was just like, Still, it still hit, of course. When you eat pussy with no YouTube. Yes, sir. Too many damn ads now. When you put on the YouTube at our house and then you get hit with an ad mid fucking alphabet or whatever. This is like now, it's too many layers of me expecting you to know old head tech. That's not fair. You gotta, there's like context to it. When the pussy got a mid-roll, now we're talking. Got any plans for Halloween? I was thinking I might be the type of beast to put on a costume and go door to door asking for candy. Is that fucked up? All right, see you tomorrow, ladies. See you tomorrow. Later. Good night, y'all. What do you mean?
I bait. I bait. My cum dripping down the drain. Everybody's gooning. Everybody's gooning. Everybody's gooning. Please just let me masturbate. In the bathroom. Come on the floor. I gotta get it. Is it more than it bargained for? Yeah. Oh, I've been trying to flush you 20 times. Futility And that's just a bowl full of my pee, swirling around, water up to the ceiling. Dropped a turd in your toilet, and you're just a piss in a... I gotta think about it. It's going down, down in a porcelain round, and sugar, it's flushing my poopy. I'll be your number 2 with the toilet. A big old bowel movement, shit it and flush it.